Welcome back. In this tech tidbit, we're kicking it off with a little bit of failure. But don't worry, stick around and we'll show you how failure's not such a bad thing in Umango.
It's the tech tidbit in Umango.
Okay, so here we are on our Umango dashboard. And as we look at it, we notice something is kind of sticking out. And that's this red caution sign. And that means that I've had a failure today. So let's click on that and do a little bit more investigation. When I select that failure, what it's going to bring me to are the history logs. And if you look real closely, you'll see that there's a ton of information here about this failed event in Umango. And as we can see over here under the message category, it's telling me a little more about what happened with our failure. Not only that, I can see the job, the user, the time it happened, and the source destination, so that I can go back and make sure that this export happens correctly. Now, that's not all the history logs can do. When I come over here to my search bar, you'll notice it says failed. So what this is telling me, it's showing me all of the failed jobs that I've had on November 11th, 2020. So what if I want to take a look at some of the other jobs I've processed today? Well, I'll back out failed. And as you can see, some more jobs that I've processed today are going to show up. The history logs keep a very detailed record of all the work that was done in Umango that day. So you might be asking, well, what if I want to see a different day? Of course, we have that here for you. So if I go and click this calendar, I'm able to come down to a custom range. So what I'll do is I'll take a look at what's been happening from the 6th to today, apply that, and there we go. We have a complete list of all the exports and imports that Umango has done. These history logs go back as far as your processing history. So you're always able to go back and see what has happened with the file and whether or not it's failed and whether or not it succeeded and, of course, where it ended up. So the last thing I want to show you about the history logs is that not only can we view all of this in Umango, but we also can export this data using this button right over here. And when I select that button, you can see that I have a ton of different archival options. And I'm going to go ahead and choose PDF. It gives me an option to save that PDF, and I can give it a name if I like. Julian's history log. And now I have a deliverable that I can send to somebody to say, here's what I've been doing these last couple of days. And they're able to see all the jobs that have failed and completed and all of the same information that we were accessing earlier. So that wraps up this tech tidbit. We hope you learned something, and we'll see you next time.